We know that right now, testosterone levels on average are half of what they were supposed to be from just a generation ago.
Yeah.
That means that if you're 30 right now, you probably have your grandfather's testosterone levels when he was 30.
Yeah.
And that's like a species-wide emergency.
Yes.
And all these climate people are saying we have to worry about CO2. Meanwhile, those are the same companies that are spraying glyphosate and atrazine. Atrazine at a level 1/3 of the allowable levels in your water makes salamanders into hermaphrodites.
Wow.
So yes, we have an environmental problem. It is chemical pollution and these things that disrupt our hormones and things that persist in the environment. And that is a level 10 emergency for the species. Yes. Meanwhile, they're like, no, don't worry about that. We want you to think about like a level 3 problem that's going to really affect us over the next 60 to 100 years when you'll be dead. But right now, eat some bugs and stop driving.
Yes.
And I'm like, take your atrazine and you go huff that shit because I'm not.
Yes. Well, it's part of a bigger problem. The testosterone thing is a fertility issue too. And we're seeing that across the world. South Korea has like one of the lowest fertility rates, Italy as well. I've seen that the population or the amount of new babies in China has plunged by like 45% in the last few years.
And my very first biohacking book was called The Better Baby Book. It was about fertility. So how to have a smarter, healthier baby. Because my wife at the time was infertile when I met her. We ended up having our kids at 39 and 42 with no IVF and no drug assistance, just from the manipulations in that book. And to this day, she's a fertility coach for like global couples.
Wow.
She has a few clients at a time, and she helps people who aren't supposed to get pregnant, or people who get pregnant have like super healthy babies. Like, what just happened there?
Yeah.
This is possible for all of us. But if you're walking around going, I don't wake up with a kickstand, well, duh, look at your testosterone, because that's why. And here's why it's dangerous, and not in the good way. It's dangerous because testosterone is not just about sex. It's not just about muscle. Testosterone is the hormone of desire, and it's desire for sex. It's desire to do something that matters. It's desire to help the little old lady across the street. It's desire to stand up and protect the people in your family.
Yes.
It's desire to start a company, to do something that matters. And if you have low testosterone because of environmental pollutants, you don't have desire. And then it's perfectly okay to sit in grandma's basement and play video games all day on welfare.
Yes. Just back to what you were saying on atrazine, because I've been telling people this, and it's only a conspiracy from me because I don't know that it's true. But I've been telling people, stop drinking tap water.
I've been saying that for 25 years.
Right, I know.
You have to be dumb to drink tap water.
Right, what you were just saying about atrazine is kind of like just saying what I've been thinking. I'm like, there has to be some common denominator within all of these problems.
Atrazine is one. Another one is birth control pills.
Right.
There's so much birth control right now that those pills are in the water. They don't filter it out before you drink it. And that's a problem, but it's not like the full dose, obviously. But this is something I've talked about on my show with two different environmental evolutionary and biologists, and actually several hormone experts. There's a theory that I came up with. So this is original Dave stuff. So I can't tell you that I have papers behind it, but there are papers that point to this being true. And it is that when men are around fertile women who ovulate, we pretty much will walk through walls. And we do it because our meat operating system is like, hey. Yes. Right? Yeah. And I'm serious. We will start wars. Helen of Troy, we will build great empires because women ovulate. We can't help it. It's in our bones. It's in our meat operating system. Right? And the way the meat operating system translates that is like, it's like a hell yeah. And it's not a hell yeah, I'm going to go have sex, although that can be part of it. It's like a hell yeah, like I'm going to go do something that matters. Right. And this is a major part of being a man. Yeah. Well, 85% of women are on chemical hormonal birth control at some time in their life, which removes ovulation, which removes pheromones, which makes men play video games in grandma's basement. Yes. And since chemical hormonal birth control is a crime against women, birth control is necessary for women, just the chemical stuff that harms them and increases their risk of all kinds of diseases without telling them that so they can be better workers. I'm not okay with that. Yes. And every woman who's been in my life as a partner who was on the pill was like, can we talk about this? Like, even I don't want to have babies with you, but you are harming yourself and I care about you. Yes. And so I want you to find a way, I'll work with you on this so that we can make sure you don't get pregnant and make sure that you don't harm yourself permanently because you're taking these pills that hurt you. Yeah. I think that these pills are not just hurting women, they're hurting men.
Yeah. Well, they're not getting the motivation that they need to go and be men.